I'm here today because a small group of Menlo Park residents is taking advantage of our poor economy to try to go after working people, and that's a shame. But I don't want to debate the merits of a pension initiative other than to say that the initiative itself violates the California Constitution. The state legislature has decided that for general law cities such as Menlo Park, only the City Council may make the final decision on employee compensation, and that includes retirement benefits. As a longtime county worker in Santa Clara County, and as a union leader, I fully believe that public engagement is absolutely critical on all matters affecting public finances. A two-tier pension system brings no savings in the immediate term, and no significant savings in the long term. The public needs to understand that. What the residents of Menlo Park need to do is call on elected leaders and insist on real budget solutions that bring in real revenues. We have a real solution that would save Menlo Park $2.5 million a year right now. And we need the community and the City Council to work with us to renegotiate a fairer deal with an investment bank that is profiting on the backs of Menlo Park taxpayers. The banks caused this economic crisis, got bailed out with our taxpayer money, and now, even as communities across the country are struggling with devastating cuts, banks continue to bill taxpayers for millions through these risky swap deals. Here's what happened in Menlo Park. In 2006, the City of Menlo Park issued $72 million in bonds to pay for the Las Pulgas Community Development Project. Originally, the bonds had a variable interest rate. An investment bank, Piper Jaffray, offered the city a gamble. Instead of a variable rate, the city could pay a fixed rate of 4%. It sounds good, right? But then our economy crashed, and the Federal Reserve lowered the rate to near zero in an effort to bail out the banks. But that bailout is not reaching the taxpayers in Menlo Park. While the bank's variable rate is now at near zero, the banks are still forcing the city to pay at 4%. The city could save $2.5 million a year starting right now if this profit were not going to the bank. If we don't get out of this deal and the interest rate stays low, we'll be giving nearly $37 million in taxpayer money to the bank. By the way, because this is redevelopment money, not $1 of this savings would go to employee compensation. Let me repeat that. Because this is redevelopment money, not $1 would go to employee compensation. The news today may be that a group of residents and unions is suing Menlo Park over an unlawful initiative, but the real story here is that a coalition of workers, labor leaders, and community leaders has come together, and we're calling on the City of Menlo Park to join us in fighting for a real solution, a $37 million solution. Let's fix this bad bank deal now. Thank you.
My family sees this initiative as misguided and unlawful. It's misguided because it claims to save the city money when any pension expert will tell you that it actually brings no significant savings. The initiative is unlawful because it violates the California Constitution. Cities are battling budget problems, I know this, and I understand that people are concerned about public pensions. But the initiative process is not the proper method for dealing with employee compensation. For me, this anti-pension campaign is part of a broad strategic attack on all working people, not just public workers. The answer to this economic crisis is not a race to the bottom. We should be working for retirement security for all people. Taking retirement security away from one group of working people does not give the rest of us more security. In fact, it does the opposite by lowering the bar for all working people's conditions. What would help in Menlo Park and bring immediate savings is if our city were able to renegotiate a bad bank deal that is costing taxpayers $2.5 million in redevelopment funds. The City of Menlo Park has already lost $6.1 million on this bad deal to an investment bank. If we don't get out of this deal, the City of Menlo Park could lose almost $37 million. The banks were smart when they set up this deal. Do you know what the penalty would be to get out of this? $8.5 million. I think we can all agree this is not a fair deal for Menlo Park. This deal is toxic. It's time for us to get out. Let's join together to get a better deal. This is something all of us, community residents and city workers, can agree on. Big banks need to stop making millions on the backs of Menlo Park residents. Thank you.
We call on the city to work with us. The pension initiative brings no immediate significant savings to the city and is a misguided attack on public workers. Thank you.